Hey guys, welcome back to the shop for Saturday Night Special, episode 66. So yes, we're coming at you a little bit later than normal this week. I usually try to have these where they go live about 2 o'clock. Been pretty busy this week. We're having to work some overtime down at my job. We've had some rush jobs come in and we're having to work late. We had to come in this weekend and work. And luckily I was able to knock off early enough to come home and still enjoy a little bit of the weekend here and get to make a video for you. I've already got a little bit of video that I took previous in the week and last weekend that I plan on showing today. It's going to be some of the machine work on the little Chicago Vise there on the welding table. So we got some more of that. I'm going to share that. And I've got a few viewer appreciation gifts that's come in. We're gonna go through those real quick and share those. And I've also got a clip of some tools that I got at the flea market last weekend. I ran into a pretty good deal on some tooling and scooped some up. So I wanted to share that with you. Some pretty nice cutters. So we'll get into that too. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of go through this real quick and just go ahead and get into some machine work. I already had another video planned to release after S&S, so that should probably already have been released by now, by the time you're seeing this. And also going to point out that I've had a cold this week. I haven't been feeling good. You can probably still hear it in my voice a little, but I had like a head cold. Had to take a day off work, just wasn't feeling good. So dealing with that and just trying to get all the work done, man. It's been a pretty tough week this week, but everything's good. We're doing good and we're kicking right along. So let's go ahead and show this viewer appreciation mail. We've got 3 items this week, and this first one here is from Jeff Durstein, and he's from Zionsville, Pennsylvania, and he sent me the 16th edition Machinery's Handbook. Now he emailed me, and what he said was that he found an older version of the Machinery's Handbook to match his lathe, I believe from 1942. And he's seen where I had showed the Gerstner toolbox down there, and what I've been doing with that, I've been putting tools in there that I find and collect and that viewers give me. I've been building up a collection in that box, and he said he'd like to donate this for the Gerstner toolbox. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in the Gerstner toolbox there. And thank you very much, Jeff. That's real nice. I also want to point out, okay, he went ahead and signed it over to me. And then here's the, this must be the original owner, Chestnut J. Bootsco, 1960. And then Jeff put to Adam Booth from Jeff Dernstein, April 2015. So that's very cool. Thank you very much, Jeff. We'll put that in the Gerstner, okay? We've got another viewer gift right here, and you may have already seen something like this in a couple other videos. This is from Charles Franks, and he sent me a nice little letter here. And I believe it was Keith Rucker and also James Kilroy that got this. Whether they got the same thing that I got, I don't know, but I haven't had time to cut it open yet, Charles. So I think I'm just going to save this for next week's video, okay? This week I'll go ahead and spend some time, and we'll figure out how we want to cut it open, and we'll see what you sent. I do know, I think it's some kind of vittles, but I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell what it was in the other videos there, so I just kind of let it be a mystery of what it was, but the other guys seemed to really like it. All right, we've got one more here, and what we have is a brand new Sling. And now this is from Jeff Garibdian. I think that's maybe how you say your last name, Jeff. He's known as Naked Machinist on YouTube, and he's also got a nice letter here that he had sent. So the reason he sent this was because of the one that he seen me using during the build for the rotary welding table. And I had a sling just like this that I was using. I couldn't find a really good sling. I've got a few around here, but I can't find them. I think I've misplaced them and I've got them buried somewhere. But he seen that one. It was kind of in poor condition, and it's pretty old too. So he sent a nice new sling right here. This is a nice, it's a made in USA sling, and got up to a 6,400 pound capacity. So that's very nice. We're gonna save that, hang it up, and then whenever we need one, we'll have a nice new sling there to pick things up with. And that kind of reminds me, the gantry crane. That's my next project that I want to jump on as soon as I get a chance, as soon as I have time and the rain stops. It's been raining here for over a week now. Just every single day it rains. So I haven't had any evenings where I could go outside and do anything. And I've also got that proving ring that Kevin Alexander had sent that we're going to use to weigh the welding table one day. So as soon as I get a chance, we're going to do that, and we're going to start working on the gantry crane. A lot of people have been asking me what's going to be coming up. So I want to do that, and we're going to get to the mill, guys. I know a lot of guys are asking me about that. I would like to get my gantry crane fixed first and have it inside so that we can use that to if we need to do any lifting over here, okay? So I think that's going to be about it. So let's go ahead and get to some video of the machining and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this week's S&S. All right, well, this is this weekend's flea market scores, and quite a bit of stuff here. There's a lot to go over. I won't try not to bore you, but I think I got a pretty good deal on this stuff. And I actually one of my friends here had texted me this morning and said that two of the guys that's always down there, they always have good stuff too and good prices. He had texted me. He said, "Hey, these guys have they unloaded a machine shop. There's all kind of cutters down here." So I went on down there and looked, and a lot of the really good stuff had already been grabbed up. A friend of mine lives around the corner here, Smitty. He grabbed a couple coffee cans full of the good cutters, the new stuff, and one of those was a can full of these 1/4 inch end mills here. Now these are Carbide End Mills, all brand new. So he got a can full of those and offered to buy some, and I just told him, I said I'll give him the $20, and he gave me $20 worth. So I got a little stack there of the Carbide End Mills, all brand new. Okay, and he had got some another box full of cutters, really good stuff there. So I ended up getting some of this stuff right here, and you can see plain as day what we got here is some hex dies and some round dies, you know, die stocks as most people like to call them. And we got a little chuck here. These are some of the little giant threaders. I don't have a use for this or the handles, but what it was is I bought all this as a lot. Okay, there's a lot going on when you come to a vendor like this. It's got a lot of good stuff, and other guys are looking too, and they're grabbing stuff, and it's almost like you're looking and trying to find all what you want, and you're missing deals because this guy's grabbing that thing and this guy's grabbing that thing. So instead of pilfering through the bucket with this stuff, you just say, "Hey, I want this whole box right here." So that's what you do. You grab it, you claim it, and then you after you find what you want, then you go work a deal. And these guys are always very fair on their prices, and so I have no problem just grabbing something, setting aside, and saying, "I want this." So that's what I do. So here's another box that I grabbed, and it had already been gone through, but there's a bunch of brand new end mills in here. Cleveland, Morse, Greenfield, and there's some others down here that look like they've already been used. Yeah, there's a lot of 1/4 inch, man. Whoever had this stuff that these guys bought it all from did a lot of cutting with 1/4 inch. But there was one in here that I was going to show you that's pretty neat. All right, see, like that right there, that's a extended length, you know, 2 flute 1/4 inch end mill right there, brand new. And there's a bunch of them in here. I haven't even gone through all these yet, man. I just kind of picked up a couple of them and looked at them and said, yeah, I want them. So I've got plenty of Carbide End Mills now. I shouldn't have to buy any for a very, very long time. Okay, there's a bunch of hex dies right here. There's a lot of coarse sizes. I wish there was more fine thread size, but there's a lot of coarse. There's a lot of these, the round dies. It's like a full set. There's a lot of the square hex dies right here. And one of the reasons why I wanted to go ahead and get this lot of dies is because I actually need some at work. We've got some, but they're very old. They've been used, and you know, these dies don't last forever. It just depends on how much you use the things. But we've got one set, and it's been used, and never seem to find the one that you need. So I took the opportunity to go ahead and buy a lot of good stuff at a good price, you know, and I'll take it down there and put it in my toolbox, and when I need one, I got one. I believe I ended up paying $75 for all of the threading dies as a lot. It was all the threading dies. We've got part of a die stock handle right here. It's missing one of the handles, so I'll have to make a handle to match that right there. And that included these little giants right here. And I think there was some more of these down there in a separate section of the vendor. So I might go back in the morning and see if he's got some more of those that goes with this set right here, because I think I've seen them. So I just kept grabbing and adding to it, and I found this little chuck right here. This is a little 3-jaw chuck, and I went over there and hit it with my rapid strip, and I see that it is a Union Manufacturing Company, New Britain, Connecticut, USA, 5-inch. Okay, and it does work. Found me a little 1/4-inch adapter, so it works. I believe I give them $5 for this right here, this chuck. I don't know what I'll use it for, but I will find a use somewhere in the shop. Okay, that's nice. That's a good buy right there. All right, also just got some regular, these are something I'm always looking to go on sale, transfer punches, because my sets are always missing them, so I grabbed those. And then we got another interesting box here. Let me show you. I'm gonna move these out of the way. This is another one of those. I just grabbed the whole box, and it's actually marked correct there too. Left-hand tools as marked, and that's what we got. They're all left-handed drills, left-handed end mills, and left-handed taps. That's a big boy left-hand drill right there, man. And I didn't pay attention to the taps at first. So I started looking in there, and then I noticed, I'm like, those are left-handed. So the left-hand tap, we've got several in here. So there's 4 left-hand taps right there, and one of these is really, really rare. Okay, there's a 1-inch 12. You don't see very much 1-inch 12 anymore, and it's a 1-inch 12 left hand. So I doubt that I got a tap that size right there. Okay, some brand new Brubaker tools, left-handed end mills, left-handed long end mill. So you guys should know what the left-handed stuff's good for now. Really great to grab these things and go to try to remove a broken bolt is grab a left-handed. See, there's a left-handed drill, and there's a bunch of these drills down in here, a bunch of them. A lot of them are still brand new. They got the peel coat on them. There is, I don't know what that is. That's an odd one right there. The flutes are different, and it's carbide. It looks like an end mill, but it's ground different. Okay, so yeah, we just got a bunch of there's some more taps, man. There's some more fine thread taps. They all need to be cleaned up. They've been sitting around a while. So a good selection of left-hand cutting tools right there now. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. I grabbed that box, and that's what was left in it. And I said, hey, how much for this right here? And he said $8. So I got this for $8. So also grab this little V block right here. This looks like just a shop made tool somebody had made. You can see all the milling marks. It's been welded on right there. But I just said, you know what, that'd be good for the welding table when you need to hold something to keep it from rolling around. That's a perfect little bench block right there. So I grabbed that and added it to the stack. And everything total, it came to 123 bucks. I had 125 on me. I give it to them, and that was that. Okay, I think that pretty much covered the score there. I had one item right here that it's going to be a what's it. Okay, I don't know what it is. I'm sure somebody else does. I'm waiting for you to tell me what this could be. And that's this guy right here. And I will tell you that it's hard. It's a hardened, so it's some kind of tool. I don't know what this is or what it's used for because I've never seen one. So it's got a 1-inch hex. It's some kind of die, but what it's used for, I don't know. 289. That's probably 1/4 inch, about 246. 279. 195. So if you know what the mystery tool is, you can let me know in the comments, see what you think. But that was just mixed in with all the dyes when down in this can right here. So all right, that's this week's flea market scores. And as I said, I will be using these over here. I'm going to take all these and put them and take them to work, because I do need a good set down there. And you know, for this price right here, it's just, you know, pick them up while you can. Most of them are Greenfield brand, and there is a few of the there's a few other brands that were like, they weren't marked with a specific name. So there might be a few made in China ones on this in this set. I don't know. So anyway, good lot of tools right here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some more work done on this little vise. It's been sitting over here lonely, and I'd like to just go ahead and get it finished up. So I'm going to show you where we're at and what we need to do. So I already got the bottom of the vise here fly cut, and I showed that in S&S there. So, and I've tapped the center here for 9/16 18, and I verified that by running the tap back through it. Okay. This is the bottom plate right here, and I also machined both sides of that so that it sits nice and flat. So what we got to do is make we got to make a center pivot, and then we also need to make a new bolt that is used to lock it in place. Now this is what was on there, and that was just a simple carriage bolt that somebody has put in there somewhere down the line. They even ground one side of it there so that it would fit up in here against this wall. This is what we're working with here. So it went in there, yeah, about like that. Okay, so we're going to make one of these, and what we're going to do is I'm going to use some of this 3/4 inch stress proof material. Just going to make one. I'm going to make the head like the head on this carriage bolt here. I'm going to make it a little thicker. See, you've got plenty of room down here. Nothing's going to be in the way. So we'll make a nice heavy duty head for it to pull on. And I'm also going to use the same material to machine the center pivot. Remember, we reamed this 5/8, so we'll have a stub that will actually screw into here, and then it'll stick out, then it'll center itself on the base plate right there. Okay. Now I was sitting here playing and trying to get my coordinates and everything in order, and so you have a certain thickness right here. The threads that go through, you can't be sticking up in the way, because the bottom part of the vise, which is this guy, you know, is going to slide through, and if it's sticking up, it's going to hit the bottom of this. So we get to use, I'm going to use a groove mic to measure that. I've got my Michitoya groove mic. These are extremely handy when you really need to get inside and measure something and you have no way to reach in there. So you have two little discs there on the end. It reads just like a normal mic. You have inside and outside measurements there. So I'm going to take and just see what the thickness is here. And it don't have to be dead nuts, but we're gonna use this to get us close and have an idea how thick that center is right there. And it looks like I'm getting 289 thousandths thick. And then what I like to do is just quickly verify it, because a lot of times these aren't really accurate measurements. I just take it and I just measure the inside with my calipers. 289. So that's how long the thread will be. That's going to screw into there, okay? All right, well, let me get the lathe set up. We'll probably use a collet chuck. I think I got her set up over there already. We'll start turning some parts. All right, making first use of the new Shaw's dial indicator here. I'm using those Michitoya digital mics. I haven't used them much, so I'm seeing how I like them. I'm not really used to the bulkiness of them, but I know they do a good job measuring. 571, so we need, you know, another 10 thousandths or so, 10, 12 thousandths. We'll go ahead and get this 5/8 diameter turn while we're turning. Go ahead and take 100 and then finish it off. I don't need it. It's not going to be that long. I mean, what I did is added enough for parting, and we're going to have a little extra sticking out, and I'll probably have two little flats on it so that I can use a wrench to tighten it up. Okay, there we go. That'll work. That'll make it stay on center right there. We'll make us a little undercut right there, thread relief. We'll go 72 thousandths deep, there and about. Okay, we're going to go ahead and machine our 18 threads per inch. I'm getting my thread pitch gauge set up here. Okay, there we go. There's 18. And I've also got a sample nut, 9/16 18. I'm going to start with, I'm just going to chamfer both sides using this little threading tool, and then we'll zero off and go. Alright, got my cross slide set to 0. Using the compound now. Touched off. Make a scratch pass. Alright, I think that'll be right there. We're going to go about 41 thousandths deep, somewhere in that neighborhood. This is 30. 35. And you want to do just a nice little file across the top. Go ahead and start checking it because we're getting close. Alright, it's going on there, but it's getting tight, see? So you know you're getting pretty close right there. Alright, that's a nice fit, so let me grab the base and I'll try it on that and see how it looks. Alright, that's it, that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and mill a couple flats on this before I part it off. Just so that I've got something to tighten it up with. Take a 1/16 per side. Okay, and back to the lathe. All right, we'll just face that back side off right there, and I was going to show you, here's my little 1/2-inch wrench. It fits it good. All right, let's go try it out. If I could start it straight, maybe it'll go. There we go. A little wrench. Had it up there on the lathe. All right. Not sticking up through, so it should clear. And there we go. See how bad offset it is? The gap there. But it'll work. It's just a little bench vise. All right, I'm looking down through it, making sure that the slot is going to clear. It looks like it's off just a little bit, so I may have some fitment issues on that other screw. But we'll get her figured out. Nice and flat and centered up now. All right, so next phase will be this little like carriage type bolt.